to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. Purdy. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
I love those corners who can not only cover, but don't mind getting a little physical as well. How about the coverage on that play, knocking that pass away?
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Throw. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So opening drive 3rd down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Purdy. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowski to punt the football. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He finds his man, complete. It's Flowers finding space at the 40 and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The catch and run good for 24 yards.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Odell Beckham, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone. Touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. On 1st down, Purdy eluding the pressure right. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Well, this defense for the Ravens, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week. But let me think about that for a second. Maybe there'd be one contrarian that would say, give me 10.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. That now brings up a very interesting identical situation on 3rd down.
Yeah, people couldn't see us on camera, but I love how you motioned to me like, throw the ball. This is a great shot to take it. 2nd and short. Maybe take a big shot downfield. Instead, they ran it. Didn't work out for them very well. They should listen to you, partner.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. The Niners are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this season. So this is a great opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback. They also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Well, this time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. That's into a crowd and intercepted. That that, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins, and he's going to be brought down at about the 16. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now Jackson. Flushed out right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. And there we saw rolling right out of the pocket. Maybe his momentum taking him toward that sideline led him a little too far.
Yeah, that is difficult, isn't it? Plus, you're closing down your space, right? You're shortening the field for your receivers. And their inclination is to go towards the sidelines as fast as the quarterback is as well. Hard for them to throttle down to leave themselves with enough room to stay in bounds and catch the ball.
And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. And Jackson throwing once more. Throw right side here taken in by Bateman. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Play action. Now Purdy. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. Throw across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Rocky Sin. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Steps away to his left. He's got his man downfield. That's Bateman. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And that goes for a gain of 31. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete right around the ring. Touchdown! quickly to add on to their lead. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Jackson from the shotgun. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Andrews. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews from 17 yards out. And the Ravens are able to add on to their first half lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Purdy. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw, Purdy. Buying time to his left. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
A handoff left, McCaffrey. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. close. And he will bring this back. It's a pick-6 and a Raven touchdown. I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick-6, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the second quarter. My goodness.
I love the expression, my goodness indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you've got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Bro, you straight dookie. I mean straight dookie. You should never even played me. Run in your mouth. Got blowed out. Dookie.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. McCaffrey running up the middle. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Looking to throw on second down. Purdy. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Well, this offensive unit, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And, boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. The slot man in motion right. To throw again on 2nd down. Purdy taking a shot for Samuel. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And my goodness, another interception. And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. But to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. Got a man down the field. It's Bateman. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Rolling to his left. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Odell Beckham. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Now, I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Tucker with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
shot before break. Purdy taking a shot for Samuel. And now here is another interception. Anthony Averett picks it. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick six. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning three safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick six.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This is taken just shy of the 10. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Set at the line for this next drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing is Jackson. He finds his man, complete. That's Flowers. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
Well, up big, but still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, they'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Again, Jackson on the move to his left. Past the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
They came out with an aggressive mindset to start the third quarter, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take more of these type of deep shots as this game moves along. They connected there. They expect to connect on more before this one's over.
Well, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10.
Jackson now rolling to his right.
God dang it.
Intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the Niners are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 22, Lance. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Nifty move. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
Well, even with a huge lead, he was looking for more points. Wanted the deep shot downfield. That one goes incomplete. Obviously, he wants to put more points on the board.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Jackson. Being chased out left. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds.
Lord.
He's had a very nice day throwing the football, and I think on this play, he's just trying to buy some time so he can make another big throw downfield. Unfortunately, couldn't connect on that one.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
Here's McLeod on the return. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. Purdy now to throw off the play action.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Marcus Williams.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never...
And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Leonard Fournette
taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Ravens take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Here's McLeod from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the 3rd quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not, and right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
And, Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson can really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
The quick slant caught. Touchdown. Rashad Bateman, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Fake it. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners end up winding up on special teams in some packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here.
And these are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jackson forced out to his left. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Jackson on 1st down. Dancing to his left. His throw caught right around the 6. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run with Dobbins. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. J.K. Dobbins with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. Now they send a man in motion right. And they'll try to run it in with Dobbins. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They'll send a big tight end in motion right. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
So a little tardy getting everyone set, and the clock hits 0 before they could snap it.
Yeah, you can take your time and use the clock and try and get set up, but once it gets near 5 seconds, that's when you often hear a quarterback yelling, hurry, hurry, to make sure everybody's ready to get the snap off.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
Steps away to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Purdy looking to throw.
Buying time to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Fielded at about the 28. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people were, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Out to his left. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is taken in at the 5. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
From the gun, Jackson being chased out left. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
The Charles are still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, and a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from 5 yards out.
And the Ravens are on their way to a 2-0 start.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the
This
office.
nigga gone.
Nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. The 20, 10, 5, touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, 75 yards.
And the 49ers are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like
he's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Steps away. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
They've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last two snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though, 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now here's a throw that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Here's Jackson to throw. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And the Ravens are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just the